Caribou, ghosts of the Arctic tundra. In this immersive journey into the frozen north, you'll witness one of Earth's most extraordinary migrations, the epic odyssey of the caribou, a creature sculpted by ice and wind. We'll explore how these resilient ungulates survive in some of the harshest environments on the planet, from their specialized hooves that function as snowshoes to their unique ability to digest lichen. You'll discover the complex social hierarchies of caribou herds, the astonishing adaptations that allow calves to run within hours of birth, and why indigenous cultures have revered these animals for millennia. Most importantly, you'll understand how caribou shape entire Arctic ecosystems and why their declining numbers sound an alarm for the health of our planet's northern wilderness. The story begins on the windswept tundra, where the first light of dawn reveals a landscape that seems lifted from a dream. Endless stretches of frost-heaved earth and stunted willows roll toward distant mountains, their peaks veiled in mist. Then, movement. At first, just a vibration in the air, then a growing thunder as hundreds of caribou materialize from the morning fog, their breath forming clouds in the 30-degree air. These are not the delicate deer of southern forests, but rugged northern specialists, their thick coats changing color with the seasons, from summer's rich chocolate to winter's ghostly white. Their antlers, worn by both males and females, branch like living crowns, serving as tools for digging through snow and establishing dominance. As they pass, the ground trembles beneath their wide, concave hooves, perfectly evolved to distribute their weight across fragile tundra and deep snow alike. Caribou live by the rhythm of ancient migrations, some herds traveling over 3,000 miles annually, the longest terrestrial migration of any mammal. Their roots, etched into ancestral memory, lead them from calving grounds on the open tundra to sheltered boreal forests where they escape the worst of winter's fury. Along these age-old trails, every element of their biology proves its worth. Their noses warm incoming air before it reaches their lungs. Their specialized eyes detect ultraviolet light, helping them spot lichen beneath snow. Even their milk contains more fat than a seal's, fueling explosive growth in calves that must be ready to run from wolves within days of birth. The migration is a gauntlet of survival. Wolves stalk the edges of the herd, grizzly bears ambush stragglers at river crossings, and increasingly, climate change disrupts the delicate timing between their arrival and the emergence of spring vegetation. Yet caribou are far more than just prey. They are ecosystem architects. Their grazing prevents Arctic shrubs from dominating the tundra, maintaining habitat for nesting birds. Their craters in the snow expose food for smaller mammals during winter. Even their droppings fertilize the thin northern soil, creating oases of greenery in their wake. Indigenous peoples like the Sami and Gwich'in have built cultures around caribou for thousands of years, following the herds in cycles of respectful harvest that sustained both humans and wildlife. Modern science now confirms what these cultures always knew, that caribou are barometers of Arctic health. Declining herds signal deeper imbalances, from melting permafrost to industrial development, fragmenting their migratory corridors. The most magical moments come in June, when females gather on ancestral calving grounds. Here, synchronized births overwhelm predators, a survival strategy where thousands of calves drop within days, their reddish coats nearly invisible against the tundra's spring hues. Newborns struggle upright on wobbly legs, instinctively knowing they have mere hours to gain the coordination needed to keep pace with the herd. Mothers recognize their offspring by scent and voice. Their bond so strong, they'll charge bears or eagles to protect their young. As summer progresses, the tundra comes alive with the sounds of clicking tendons, a unique caribou adaptation that helps herds stay together in whiteout blizzards. Now, the caribou face their greatest challenge. Climate change has brought earlier springs that decouple their migrations from peak food availability. Ice roads from resource extraction carve up their wilderness. Some herds have declined by 90% in recent decades, a silent crisis unfolding across the north. Yet, there is hope. Indigenous-led conservation initiatives are creating protected migration corridors, while scientists use satellite collars to map critical habitats. When we protect caribou, we protect the entire Arctic, the carbon-storing peatlands, the clean rivers, and the cultures that call this landscape home. To witness the caribou's migration is to see the Arctic's heartbeat, a pulse that has continued since the Ice Age. Their hoofbeats are a language older than human civilization, speaking of resilience, interconnection, and the fragile beauty of Earth's last great wilderness. As the midnight sun dips toward the horizon, painting the tundra gold, a bull caribou pauses atop a ridge, his breath steaming in the cooling air. In his eyes, you see the memory of countless generations, and the question of whether there will be room for his kind in the changing world ahead. The caribou don't need us to survive, but we, perhaps, need them to remind us what it means to truly belong to a landscape